To your point, the exoneration piece was brought up. Democrats did say that they thought this exonerated him. Hur disagreed with that characterization. In the report, though, I want to read a quote. The evidence does not establish Mr. Biden's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. We watched the hearing. We watched you question Mr. Hur, but I do want you to take us in the room. What was the mood like in there?
Well, it was a bit of a circus. A lot of press that were there that day, they all wanted to hear what he had to say as well. The Democrats' narrative, again, was that he was exonerated and didn't do anything wrong. And again, that is not what Mr. Hur found. He found that he mishandled classified materials for literally decades. Keep in mind, he had materials from when he was a U.S. Senator. And so there's absolutely no defense for that whatsoever. But the reason that he was concerned about getting an ultimate conviction was how and what kind of a defense Joe Biden would use. And he was concerned that Joe Biden, in light of how he presented during the interviews, would basically say, I don't have a memory of doing this. I don't know what my mens rea was. I don't know what my intent was. I don't know how these ended up in my possession. And something else that was very obvious to me was Joe Biden is trying to throw everybody else under the bus. You know, this is a gentleman who's made it all the way to being president of the United States, having been in politics for the last 50 plus years. And his first reaction was to run and hide behind his employees and say, I don't know how they gathered up all this stuff. I don't know why they gathered up all this stuff. But all of that is actually inaccurate and frankly untrue. And the reason that we know that is because he was gathering materials so that he could write a book. And in fact, he had started meeting with a ghostwriter even before he left the vice presidency, even before the end of Obama's term, because he thinks that he's going to be seen as this incredible historical figure, first with his Senate career and then being vice president of the United States. So he was taking these materials, he was holding on to these materials to make money. He received an $8 million advance for that book. So it really struck me as very interesting that his first reaction was to blame his staff and, well, I don't know how they took the documents. I didn't oversee it. I was surprised too. And then turned around and used these materials to make serious money off of the book that he eventually wrote.